right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Greetings from the Garden State. I'm your host, Mike Ham. We are doing live. There's a lot of commotion out here. I have a co-host for like the first time, literally ever. I haven't had a co-host yet. We got Tara Bernie, my VP of...
This is great. This is a first for me to be at the stadium.
This stadium or any stadium?
No, at Patriots Stadium.
I think it's TD Bank Park.
Oh, sorry, TD Bank Park. But watching the Patriots.
Yeah.
And my first co-host on a podcast. So
yeah.
I'm thrilled that I'm your first.
Yeah. No problem. Happy to be your first. And so we've been
you
here.
You always remember your first.
True. We've been here for a while.
Yes, we have.
We got here at 2. It is currently 5. Just because. I don't even know how that really happened.
Well, here's why. Because they were gracious enough to have us here at Podcast Day, right? So that's pretty cool. And then not only that,
Thank you.
But they showed us around the stadium. You're getting all kinds of beers. Where's mine?
I don't know.
What's happening? You're like, you got to double back over here, and I got nothing.
Here, take this.
All right, cool. I'll take your stuff.
Okay.
But we were shown around the field. We were on the field.
We were on the field. They did show us where the field was.
We were in the clubhouse.
No, we didn't make the clubhouse.
Ish, a clubhouse.
We made it to the cusp of the clubhouse.
Yes, where you could get an area outside of this sweltering heat.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah,
it was like a nice little reprieve from the 100-degree day that we're dealing with right now.
Yeah.
But so there's also a lot going on today too, which I think is pretty cool. So it's Sparky, the mascot of the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get Sparky Lyle here in a couple minutes. But it's his birthday today, so he's 24. They have a whole birthday party for a mascot out on the field, which I think is pretty wild.
So you just said Sparky Lyle turned 24.
Now we're going to have Sparky Lyle here in a minute.
Later.
And then...
But it's also Sparky's birthday.
Sparky's birthday, the mascot.
I think it was actually Sparky Lyle's birthday as well.
Recently, yeah. Yeah, they have their birthdays are pretty close.
But Sparky Lyle's great. I mean, he has, it's a great story about how he became a manager of the Patriots. So we'll talk to him about that.
I'm excited about that. And that's a guy that, he's 1977 Cy Young Award winner, Yankee legend, mustache legend. He's just got a lot of stuff going on, which I think is really cool. He still comes back and tells the stories and is part of the game, which I think is awesome.
So, funny story about his mustache. Tells a story that, he was known for his extreme facial hair and his twisty up mustache, right?
What if I did something like that?
You could start that.
I think I'm getting.
You know what you could do? You could start braiding the beard.
No, I don't want to do that. That's a different kind of.
And start bringing up the sides. What is that called?
Handlebar.
A handlebar. You can handlebar. Yeah.
If you're on YouTube right now, sorry. Apparently the camera. Okay, there we go.
Okay. Very excited fan in front of the camera.
Yeah. Not for the Patriots. For us, of course.
For us, of course. But Lyle tells the story. Sparky tells the story that he was courting his wife. So he was dating his wife at the time, and she said, you should grow some facial hair because your nose is too big.
Yeah.
And he did. So that to me is true love right there.
That is true love. Yeah. People have asked me to shave my beard, and I always say no. So,
were you courting them?
Well, yeah, at times.
Oh, okay.
Sure. Yeah.
You said no, so out they went.
Out they went. Yeah.
The beard stayed, and they left.
The beard stayed. It's like my look now. That's his look. If it didn't work out and he shaved his mustache, nobody would know who Sparky Lyle is.
Exactly. Yep. So what else do we have going on for during this game?
Honestly, I have no idea. This is going to kind of be like, we're going to figure it out as we go.
At least you think this is not a professional podcast.
Yeah.
It is.
This is.
There is an agenda. There is there is a rundown, if you will.
Yeah.
And we're going to give you what you need to hear from a baseball game. Why don't you tell them who the Patriots are?
Okay, so the Patriots, for those that don't know, they were an independent league team, which means that they weren't affiliated with a major league club from 1998 to 2021. And then 2022, the Yankees decided to use Somerset as their AA affiliate. So you are basically 2 steps from the Bronx at this point. So they have, a bunch of top prospects in the Yankees minor league system. We got a chance to interview one of them before. Brendan. So he was great. Not a Jersey guy, but still, it was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But we talked about him, being here only really for 70 games, and then being a part of the New Jersey community and all that kind of stuff. And, he talked about Staten Island, which, I was kind of like
Does anybody need to talk about
a little
Staten
miffed
Island?
about,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Nobody needs to talk about Staten
Wasn't
Island.
pumped about that.
Yeah. But here's the thing what I like. The fact that I've never been here before, and one, it's very centrally located in Jersey. So you can get here. It's right off of 287, but you
True.
can get here. It's fairly easy to get to.
It took us, 20 minutes to get from Morristown?
Yeah, from Morristown. And I have to say, it's a pretty cool deal in the sense that you can bring your families, come on a date night, tickets are like $14.
Yeah.
And that's to sit anywhere, really. I mean, or $32, I think is the most expensive. But
Right.
beer,
And that's like, you're like on the net at $32.
You're right here. And you're watching really good players. So you're
Yeah.
getting a decent ball game.
Yeah.
And, you don't have to schlep all the way to the Bronx.
Right. And drop $20 on a Bud Light.
Right, and that's just before you even get there.
Yeah.
So driving, parking,
Right.
subway, whatever, however you're getting there from
Yeah.
Jersey. But
And you know what I think is also cool, not to cut you off, but I think what's also cool is that, like, because they're affiliated with the Yankees now, like if guys are doing rehab assignments or guys have, things going on, they need to, like, kind of get some tune-ups and all that, they come here or they go to Scranton or whatever, but they kind of work their way back up to the big club. So you can come down here and watch, I don't know, Aaron Judge, if he's on a rehab assignment, play some right field and hit some bombs for, like you said, $32. And this place would be a mob scene,
and that's
I'm sure.
top tier at $32.
Yeah,
I'm talking
again, like
$14
right on the
to
net,
get in. Yeah.
talking to him.
And from what I understand, I don't eat hot dogs, but from what I understand, they're $1. Is that true?
Yeah, word on the street is that they got Dollar Dog Night tonight. So we got Podcast Night, which also, I'm just going to say it, I think it's cool that we're the only show that had the Stones to do
To
a live
go
show
live. Hello.
from the game.
Yeah.
And we were one of 2 Jersey podcasts, so shout out New Jersey is the world, because that guy Mike was great.
Yep.
And then a bunch of Yankee podcasts.
I fit in really well, I think.
You didn't.
I mean, if you see what I'm wearing, YouTubers.
Yeah, YouTube could see. We'll put it on Instagram.
Yeah, and on Instagram you can see. I mean, listen, it's the dog days of summer, and you need to wear a romper. There's no other way.
Yo, it's legit like 98 degrees out here
Yeah,
today.
so that's what I went with. But you know what? I can hang with the podcasters just like the rest.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think we hung in there really well.
Yeah.
We got a little Wawa hoagie action.
Here's another fun fact. I've never had a Wawa hoagie until Mike brought me there because we were starving before the game started.
Yeah, we needed something.
And,
we needed to fuel up.
I don't know if I was happy with my hoagie.
No, yours. Well, but you're
Sad.
a vegetarian.
I am.
So it's hard.
Don't bring a vegetarian to a Wawa. Although I did get sea salt and vinegar chips, and that held me over great.
Yeah.
And, and
I
now we're
love that.
staying hydrated as much as we can.
Yeah. Right. This is key. On a hot day like this, you need to get as much fluids in your body as you possibly can.
Exactly.
So I do want to just I think this is the first time that you've ever been on this show.
Yes.
And I think it would be good to at least introduce you to our listeners. So if you follow us on Instagram, you saw, I don't know what it is now, like a few weeks ago, we posted that we hired you as our VP of Content Production.
Yes.
We're fleshing that role out as we go.
Right,
But this is producing content, so
Yes.
this counts.
Yes.
But I think what's cool is that, like we met through Instagram, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I got to know your story a little bit and kind of your background. And then it was like no-brainer when I was trying to fill out my team of getting some more people on the show or on the brand and all that. So like, why don't we take us through like a little bit of your background, and then we'll kind of explain why it is that you're here.
Right, why it makes sense that I'm here.
Yeah.
So I work in the TV entertainment business, and I have for a very long time. And that sort of entails shows like Access Hollywood, Daily Mail TV, People, and I have been just interviewing celebrities for the past 30 years or so, and writing stories and producing interesting content in the entertainment world. So traveling all over the place, going to red carpets, going to award shows, going to premieres, that kind of thing. I won an Emmy along the way, so
Nice.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, I've seen it, so it's real.
You have seen my Emmy, yes. She hangs out by my kitchen sink, which is great.
Yeah,
Which is
it's a
good play.
humbling thing.
It's a humbling thing, yes.
But I mean, not just won one. You've been nominated for what, 5?
Yes, nominated for 5.
Yeah. And was that during your time with Daily Mail? Or?
So Access Hollywood, I was nominated 5 times, and then as a senior producer, and then when I moved over to Daily Mail TV, I was the senior correspondent there, and that's where I won my Emmy. So that really makes me happy because that was like my dream job in the sense that I was not only reporting and co-hosting, but I was writing my own stories and producing my own stories. So to have it all sort of come out from that, it was great.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then like when you reached out, I think, because I think you saw that I had South Street Yoga on the show.
Yeah.
I think that was so I had Debbie on.
Yep.
And then I think I got posted a selfie with her. And then you reached out and were like, oh, I love what you're doing and all that. And I was like, looked at your background. I was like, can I just take you for a drink and pick your brain a little bit? Because I need to know more stuff. Like, what am I not doing? Right. You know what I mean? And
I think, to have a podcast uniquely geared towards New Jersey and what's here and what's to offer is great. And the fact that you were in the same town is pretty cool.
Yeah, that helped. That helped. The travel easy.
And I like to do different things. I like to challenge myself in different ways. And so, podcasting clearly isn't going away. It's just getting bigger. And so why not add what I can, what I'm used to doing is producing and sort of putting things. Don't look behind you, but there's a really big mascot coming. That guy. Look, YouTube.
Oh, that's NJIT. New Jersey Institute of Technology, Highlander, boom.
Big guy.
Yeah.
So as Mike mentioned earlier, it's Sparky the mascot's birthday, and he invited all other mascots
so we got
from the area.
Rutgers mascot here, Princeton, Ryder, NJIT,
Dippin' Dots
Seton
mascot.
Hall.
I didn't know Dippin' Dots had a mascot.
Neither did I.
But they do.
Yeah, we're right behind the Dippin' Dots.
Yes. When's the last time you had Dippin' Dots?
Well, I'm lactose intolerant, so I can't have Dippin' Dots.
Mike, honestly, I don't think there's any dairy in there.
You just think it's fake?
I'm pretty sure it's big play on the field. So anyway, back to why we're together is to help out and to sort of be a part of this great podcast and give the people from New Jersey some information about the state that they live in. And if you're not from New Jersey, and you're just interested in podcasts and you hear about different places, Greetings from the Garden State is giving you what you need.
Yeah, buddy. So I think that's great. Like I said, I mean, it was a no-brainer when I was just kind of reaching out to different people that I knew that I think would be good fits for kind of what we're doing. And then I asked you. So we have another show that's kind of in the works right now. We kind of got to get back on doing that and make sure that we get some episodes out. But yeah, I mean, I think this is great, and I'm glad that I had you here because, we wouldn't. Sparky Lyle technically hasn't come on the show yet, but we probably wouldn't have even gotten him if you weren't hey, let's get Sparky on. So that's the producer.
That's my producing side. Yes, coming out.
I'm just the talent. I can't be bothered.
I know. He's very difficult to work with.
Put somebody in front of me, and we'll talk to them.
Exactly.
But I also think it's cool, and makes my heart feel nice, is the fact that we got some people out here, some friends that I invited that came out. We did a giveaway on Instagram. A couple people won that, and apparently they're here. I don't know where they are, but I think that this, these are community building events, you know. So hopefully people see us out here. I think at some point we're supposed to get our logo on the jumbotron.
Wait, we're gonna get a shout out?
I think so.
That's pretty cool.
No, I don't know when, but it's coming.
We'll have to say until to the ninth inning. Let's see.
It better not be the ninth inning. Everybody's going to be gone.
Before everybody leaves. Yeah. Well, again, I mean, this is cool just being here, one, just for awareness for Greetings from the Garden State and the fact that it is podcast night. But also for listeners to know that there's all these little hidden gems of things to do in New Jersey.
Right.
And this is clearly one of them. It is just, it's clean, it's fun.
Would you ever guess the stadium is 23 probably years old?
No. And I see it all the time on 287 when I come back from the shore.
Yeah.
And I never thought to go see a game, but I love watching baseball. So why wouldn't you come and
I know. Well, that's I mean, and I'm sure we're going to talk about this with Sparky, but growing up in Jersey and being growing up playing baseball and then in college and all that kind of stuff, coming to these kinds of games, Somerset Patriots, Newark Bears back when they were actually existed, the Jersey Jackals in Montclair, different teams like that, and going to watch games there. It's independent league baseball. and it was like high-level baseball. Like Ricky Henderson, I watched him play when I went to a Newark Bears game and Ricky Henderson was playing. He's a Hall of Famer.
Right.
And that was like the tail end of his career. He was just like hanging on, doing his thing, stealing bases. But
you would have never been able to see him. Really,
I never would have saw him as growing up, and but then getting to see him and not only getting to see him, but getting to see him up close and personal, as close as you can get for like a minor league ticket, which is peanuts relative to a big league game. And that's what I think is just so cool about Jersey. There's so many, like you said, hidden gems, and then having a place like this that's 2 steps from the big club, and obviously there's a lot of Yankee fans. North Jersey is a big spot for Yankee fans, and knowing that some of the guys that you see and play here will eventually be up there and playing with other Yankees that and then every now and then you get a chance to see a Yankee down here and doing a rehab assignment or whatever. So,
and it's so easy to get to. The New Jersey Transit train is literally right behind it, and it stops right here. So there's really no excuse not to come. And how fun would it be to come to a night game, like under the lights and stuff? I've seen those.
A lot of like these independent league teams on like Saturdays, they'll do fireworks night.
Yeah.
So usually Saturday nights or Friday, whatever they do it's usually pretty full in a place like this. It's just packed because kids want to see the game, and then parents want to have a beer, a dog. And the kids can watch some fireworks, and everybody goes home happy.
Yeah, can't beat it.
Yeah, it's phenomenal. So I think we should let's take our first break.
Sounds good. Of
this episode. So this is the Greetings from the Garden State podcast. Mike Hamm, Tara Bernie here. We're at the Somerset Patriots game in Bridgewater. I think we're technically in Bridgewater. Somerset?
It's Somerset, Bridgewater.
Yeah,
we're right on the border.
Right there.
Yeah.
But that's where we are. We're doing our thing. It's TD Bank Park. That's hard to say real fast. So thanks for listening to this first segment. We'll be right back. All right, so stepping up to the microphone now, the legendary Sparky Lyle. Sparky, welcome to the Greetings from the Garden State podcast.
All right, thank you. Pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you. So, Somerset Patriots, obviously, for a really long time, independent league team up until this year, 2022, now affiliated with the Yankees. But you've been here since the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah, so you are an OG member of the Patriots. So what's it been like being a part of the Somerset community and the Somerset Patriots overall?
Well, it's been absolutely wonderful, really, because, as I said earlier, the reason I took that job as manager is because we were going to try and get guys back into professional ball, not just the baseball, but professional ball. And a guy by the name of Joe Klein, who was big in baseball, and he since passed away. Him and I went around to all the minor league clubs and had a package. If you release a guy, send him here. And over the years, we had a vision of what we wanted it to be, and I'd say we accomplished that right around the 10-year mark.
Yeah.
We had.
Because 98 was the first year, right?
98 was the first year, and then the 10-year mark, we had almost 400 guys that we put back.
Yeah.
And
which is awesome.
I'd say 25 maybe that even went back to the big league.
Yeah. So take me through also, and growing up, I remember going to Newark Bears games, Patriots games, Jackals games, all those kinds of games. And to me, like Jersey, for independent league ball, was like a hotbed. Like name another state that has more teams of that caliber.
I know.
Like I watched Ricky Henderson, I watched Jose Canseco, all those guys growing up.
Tim Raines,
right? So it's just a cool environment where you get to give these guys an opportunity to either hang on or get that next shot.
It was just once they got over the shock of being released and that they were going to an independent league, they would come in here and they just weren't happy. How could they go from here to here? And I told them, I said, I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to be the hardest baseball you played except for the major league.
Yeah.
And I wasn't kidding, because a lot of times we fielded 9 MLB players out there.
Yeah.
And had 4 or 5 starters MLB experience.
Right.
And that's another reason we didn't take any even good college players. They're not going to be able to hit a guy.
Right.
Major league experience.
Yeah.
But it all came to fruition, and it just kind of did itself then. from there on.
Right. Yeah.
And Sparky, legend has it, you went in to go buy a truck, and the next thing you know, you signed a contract to manage the team.
I know.
Tell us how that happened.
Crazy?
It's crazy.
I know.
I mean, clearly you're qualified and you have the credentials you're bringing, but you're like, I just want a truck. I don't want to manage a team, right?
I know. Well, I didn't know Steve Caliper at the time, but my good friend John Vukovic, been with the Phillies for 30 years, and we've been friends for 30 years. He always got a new truck every year to drive around. I said, don't you know a car dealer or something? I says, everybody wants to charge me double for a freaking truck down here. And because I had just moved to South Jersey. And he says, yeah, I'll call him. So he calls me, and I drove up here just on the blind. I didn't really know the guy, but I just absolutely loved the guy. He was he's just one of those guys. The first time you meet him, you know that he's going to treat you square and doesn't lie to you, all this stuff.
These are good qualities to have in a car dealer.
Yeah.
When my truck came in, he said in the meantime he had bought a franchise in the Atlantic League, and I says, what's the Atlantic? He says, well, we're actually going to start the Atlantic League. And he didn't tell me I had to play 100 games on the road until after.
Right.
Yeah, that would have been a tough sell.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't need the truck.
Right.
I'll take a sedan. You know, sedan's fine.
I got kicked out 13 times that year, and they sent me to the bus. We were up in upstate New York. I got kicked out. I went to the VFW.
Nice.
Oh, nice. There you go.
That was, I mean, honestly, that sounds like the
Sounds
place
like a good
be.
place to be. Nice cold beer there. Yeah.
So, what, 25 or so years?
24 years.
24 years.
Yeah.
Somerset Patriots been around. You've been around for all 24 of those.
Yeah.
So, you know, what keeps you coming back and being a part of this?
I love this number one.
Yeah.
And love being at the ballpark. And, you know, I just think that everybody that, you know, the whole office staff has been here all that time, too. I mean, we don't lose people. And if we do, they go on to higher things. But it's just one of those things. I think we're all so proud of this place. And you'd never know this ballpark was built in 1999.
It's gorgeous.
It's great.
Yeah.
And so,
keep it nice.
since you're cemented here in Jersey, what are some of your favorite Jersey things to do?
Have you adapted to the Jersey culture? You're a Pennsylvania guy.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah,
right?
I was born in Western Pennsylvania.
A little different
and
here.
I just moved back there.
Ah,
You
you
know what?
left
This
us.
interview is over.
Yes,
I
bye,
lived
cut.
I lived in Voorhees for 36 years.
Oh, okay.
And I loved every minute of it. And my youngest son lives in Pennsburg, and we were looking to downsize, and I said, what the devil, I guess I can go back to Pennsylvania.
Okay, so name your favorite thing to do.
Fish.
Fish, okay. Where do you go fishing in Jersey?
I built a house on a lake.
There you go, that's
was
conducive to
pretty
fishing.
Hard to leave. Pretty hard to leave. But I love New Jersey, though. I did. I went fishing almost every morning. And now that I moved to Pennsylvania, I've been fishing for 4 years. So that's not good.
Yeah. Listen, this has been amazing.
Yes,
I really
thank
appreciate
you.
you giving us a few minutes of your time. You know, always, I mean, I grew up a Yankee fan. My dad, you grew up watching you. And I told him, you know, I was going to have Sparky Lyle on the show yesterday. I saw him.
Yeah.
And he was like, this seems like the coolest show ever. And I'm like, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We're doing cool stuff. So again, I really appreciate it. I know Tara appreciates it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we need a pic.
Yeah.
Sparky, look over
Ready to
here.
pick Selby?
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
I wouldn't change one damn thing. Nah, I wouldn't change anything. 'Cause you drove me crazy.
All right, welcome back to this episode of Greetings from the Garden State. We're here in Somerset, Bridgewater, wherever the hell we are. Somerset Patriots game. We got episode 4 or 5, somewhere in that range. Guest Dr. Alan Genitempo of Recover Acupuncture. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back at this beautiful state. I've never been here before.
You've never been here before?
No, never.
How is that possible?
Why would I come here?
There's been baseball here since
I
1998.
live like an hour from here.
We've been like 8 years old. You've been to like a Jackals game, you know?
I've been to a bunch of Jackals games before, but never come down here before.
Yeah. But, you know, isn't it crazy? Like, this place, they built this in like 98, 99.
Yeah.
And it's the same spot.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
It's wild.
this whole area is impressive as hell.
Yeah, there's a lot of development going on over here. Although we did try to get something to eat over in this promenade thing over here.
Yeah.
There's no food.
What?
It's a couple supermarkets, a Home Depot, and like a Michael's.
I saw a Trader Joe's on the way in.
A Trader Joe's, yeah. But so what's going on, man? How's business? We haven't talked to you really. I mean, I've talked to you personally, but not on the show since October.
Yeah, business is good. I mean, it's the summertime. You know, North Jersey kind of clears out a little bit. People go down the shore, they go out to the Hamptons and stuff like that. But it's good. It's steady, and it's been good because I've been away a little bit too. You know, got to get some time off myself.
You got it.
But yeah,
it's sticking needles 24/7.
Yeah, no, it's not good for anyone. No. So yeah, it's been nice. We played golf yesterday, as you know.
Yeah, we did.
So it's
you
nice
played well. You played well.
I played pretty good yesterday.
Yeah, you technically won.
I did technically win.
Yeah. I birdied the first hole though.
He did.
It's pretty good.
They were like, "Who's this guy?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "I don't know. I've never seen Birdieham before."
Yeah. His handicap's like 28, and I show up and birdie the first hole. They're like, "Who the hell is this guy?"
They were genuinely confused.
Yeah. So, all right. So business is going well. You're more often, I think, in the Fairfield location though now, right?
I'm
still
trying.
splitting time.
Yeah, I'm trying to transition to Fairfield more full time. Nutley's where I grew up, so it's just somewhere I'm comfortable with. But I like Fairfield. It's a good location, easy to get to, and it's a bigger space than the one I was in originally. So I like it. So I'm hoping to maybe like transition more time there as we go over the next couple months, and we'll kind of go from there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Since you've been on the podcast,
Oh, hang on, Tara. Sorry, ask that question again.
oh my God, I didn't even have my mic up.
Yeah, now you're way too hot.
Now I'm way too hot.
Way too hot. All right, you're good.
So since you've been on the podcast, how has your business improved, or how has your fame improved? I should ask.
It's exploded clearly.
It's the brand is growing drastically. No, it's a lot of what I do is education. I educate patients on what I do, and that's the hardest part of my job. So anytime I can get out there and talk about my profession and growing the profession a little bit and talking more about it, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
You know?
How would a chiropractor advise anybody
He's not a chiropractor.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Come on,
I'm
Tara.
a chiropractor.
What?
I'm commonly a chiropractor, but I'm an acupuncturist.
Acupuncture. So, sorry, I heard chiropractor. So, how would an acupuncturist deal with somebody who's been sitting in stadium seats for 9 innings?
That was really hard to say.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Right?
So actually, it's funny you mentioned that. I actually I call it the sitting muscle. It's called your psoas. And it's a
is
muscle
tough.
that when you sit, gets longer and it gets fatigued. So a lot of times you'll hear like an older person or someone get like a muscle spasm. It's usually the psoas muscle. And it happens from sitting for a long period of time, and then you kind of get up really quick and you feel like a sharp pain in your back. That's your psoas. So it's
So it's in your back.
It's in your back, yeah.
Not your.
It's it attached to your spine, and then it comes to the front of your pelvis. So it's weird. It like stretches out real far, and its main primary role is to help you sit and keep you upright. So when that thing is weak, you get a lot of pain. A lot of people complain about it. Acupuncture is great for that. There's actually a tool they make. It's called a Pso-Rite. It's kind of like a foam roller. I'm not an ad.
Yeah, no free ads.
No free ads.
Hashtag no
but
free
it
ads.
was meant to treat that muscle specifically because it's not so easy just to like put your hand on it and rub it. It's kind of deeper.
Yeah. You know what else helps the psoas? Yoga.
What's that?
Yoga.
Oh, yoga.
Tara's a big
I'm a yoga instructor.
Yeah.
So a lot of people complain about their psoas.
Yeah.
They don't know it's their psoas, but
Yeah.
you're right. So,
No, it's so
so
true.
that's
Yoga's
great. So after
great
sitting
for
in a
psoas.
ballpark in 100 degrees,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think everyone's pretty loose at this point.
yeah, no, everyone's
If you're
feeling
not
good.
loose today, like you got some more deep.
I might have
deep-rooted
lost
issues.
30 gallons of fluid this weekend.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But
Today
I
was.
probably drank 40 gallons of fluid, so it's fine. Replaced itself.
Yeah, filled the back end.
Yeah.
Okay, so if people, what they should do, I just looked it up over
Yeah,
here. You were
okay.
episode 4, which dropped back in October of 2021.
Right.
So we got our guy over here. So October 21. So if they haven't seen that one and they need to know, they should go listen to that episode.
Right.
Go back. It's called Relieve Your Pain and Improve Your Life with Acupuncture. That was
Yes.
the name of the episode.
That's a good title.
That is a good
It's a
title.
little
I love
wordy,
it.
but
Yeah.
I
No,
had
it's
to
okay.
make sure we got the point across.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
If they need to learn more about you and the business, where can they go to do that?
Yeah, so you can actually check out, I have social media like Facebook, Instagram. And then I have
Which is Recover Acupuncture NJ.
Yes, Recover Acupuncture.
With no E and Recover.
With no E and Recover.
The second
because
E.
I can't spell. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No, but and then also I have a website that I'm actually starting a new website, but for now I have a booking site, and it's just recoverNJ.com. You can go on there, you can book an appointment, you can call my office, we can have a phone consultation or an in-person consultation, and you'll learn everything you need to know about your treatment and treatment options. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
So thanks for jumping on with us and giving us 6 minutes and 30 seconds.
Always a pleasure.
Really appreciate
Okay,
it.
we got to take a selfie because look who's behind us.
Yeah.
Wait, where is he? Where is he? Oh, he's leaving. There we go.
Yeah, thanks for jumping on.
Of course.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks.
you coming
Nice
out,
meeting you.
supporting the pod,
Of course.
watching
Always.
a ball game. Whoa,
I'm number one fan of the pod.
Way
So.
too hot. Yeah, number one fan.
I'm number one
All right.
pod fan, so.
And you're repping green
Oh,
from
yeah.
the Garden
Yeah,
State
yeah,
on the
yeah.
hat, which is nice.
I don't know, it doesn't fit me well. I gotta get a new hat, but
Big dome.
that's true. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna see what's up. We got who else? Somebody else coming on. I think's here pretty soon.
Yeah.
So give us a second. We'll be right back. All right, so we're back here. We're at the Somerset Patriots game at TD Bank Park. I got that right?
TD Bank Ballpark.
TD Bank Ballpark. Damn it. Messed it up the whole day. So Mike Ham, Tara Bernie. We're joined by Marc Russinoff, VP of Communications and Media Relations. I almost said Public Relations, but that's,
That
close.
used to be my title, but we
Oh.
changed it actually this year to Communications and Media Relations
Right.
because you're doing more of that.
Communicating with the
anything
media.
else.
And here we are.
And here we are.
Yeah, so you said you're a Jersey guy,
I am
right? Born and raised here?
born and raised. I lived in Monmouth County for a long time. Grew up in Aberdeen, Matawan area. I went to Rutgers. Graduated in '99. Got an internship here with the Somerset Patriots. And about 8 years into my 24 years here, I moved up to Somerset County, which I love, and I've been through and through a Jersey boy.
Yeah, so 24 years here.
Yes.
That's basically how long the team has been in existence.
Wow, so that's
Almost.
great. You started from intern all
Yep.
the way up.
Yeah.
That's great.
Climbing the ladder.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that shows what a great family business it is,
Yeah.
and how they believe in the people that they sort of, bring up through the organization.
Right.
Absolutely. It's a wonderful organization. I interned here right out of Rutgers. I was an intern for about two months because I actually finished somebody else's internship when they left. And I got hired full-time as the director of public relations. And that was August of '99 I started. I was hired full-time in October of '99. I've been here since. And watched this place grow into this amazing place that brought the New York Yankees here. So we're excited.
Yeah, take me through that whole process basically, because I was talking to Sparky earlier about how I grew up. So I'm 30, gonna be 32 in a couple weeks.
Okay.
Grew up coming to Patriots games, grew up coming to Jackals games, Newark Bears games, and kind of watching independent league baseball kind of evolve in New Jersey. And some of those teams are still around, some have kind of gone defunct,
Sure.
I guess, if that for lack of a better word. But the Patriots here, same stadium for the last 24 years, rolling right along, and then now they're an affiliated team, which I'm sure, comes with its own challenges, I'm sure, but also a huge opportunity to attract more people to a ballpark.
Absolutely.
And get more people engaged in what you guys are doing here. But there had to be a reason for that, though. So can you kind of take me through the whole process of starting out, because you've been here since the beginning,
Sure.
to kind of where you guys are now, and why you think that the Yankees decided this is the spot where we need to be.
Absolutely. Well, we were part of the Independent Atlantic League. It was a league that was started to really help players that weren't in affiliated teams with the opportunity to be able to continue playing and with the hope that they would be able to get their contracts purchased and continue playing. And it was also for more that family affordable entertainment side of it, because not having that affiliation, you're able to bring players in from anywhere.
Yeah.
That wanted to showcase that they could still play at a high level and did. And, it was usually areas that weren't served by major league organizations. So this was a great demographic. Our founding chairman, Steve Califer, wanted to bring a team to Somerset County and worked really hard to do that, and did that through the Atlantic League and brought in some really great people and other teams to really believe the philosophy of bringing baseball to places that wanted it and needed it. And, we had a great reputation. We had great fan base, very community involved, and phenomenal ownership group. Really, the Califer family, they are the best at what they do. They have a staff that stays around. Everybody here has been doing this pretty much for a very long time. The core group of us have been here for 20 plus years, and really created something special. And I think that when the Yankees and Major League Baseball started kind of looking at their minor league system and seeing some places that they wanted to bring teams to, the Yankees toured all the ballparks in this area, really looked at everything that it had to offer, and they just loved the ballpark, the community, the ownership, everything that we could bring. And when they were deciding on it, it just seemed like a no-brainer for them to be here. And it's been a wonderful 2 years so far, and it's continuing to grow. We're able to keep a lot of our fans that loved what the Somerset Patriots were in our previous version, but now you're introducing yourself to a whole new world of baseball fans and Yankee fans, and it's been wonderful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So for you personally, in your job position, it's great because you bring together things like us, so it's podcast day here, but it's also Sparky's birthday, so you have all different kinds of mascots here. You have all these little league guys that get to come out, and if it's their birthday. So tell us a little bit about how you bring special events to the ballpark. So it's not just watching a game, but there's so much more.
Absolutely. And what's interesting, too, is that we always said that, there's something for everybody when the Somerset Patriots take the field. So you don't have to be a baseball fan to enjoy minor league baseball. You look at the different promotions, you look at the mascots, you look at the giveaways, and there's always something going on, and it's a lot of fun. But I think what we've always excelled at that part of it. So we always tried to do something that was fun, and what's unique about coming to the ballpark and just enjoying a night out as a family, as an organization. But what the Yankees partnership does, it brings a lot of what people love about the Yankees and baseball and their prospects, and combine what we've done very well with that, and bring the most powerful brand in sports with it. And I just think that it's a whole new world. It's exciting to continue doing things like Sparky's birthday party and stuff like that. We're always going to do that. But it's exciting to have somebody like Anthony Volpe and seeing prospects work their way up, and Elijah Dunham and Luis Medina, and all these guys that are trying to make it to the Bronx. And it just is such a wonderful marriage of both things that, when you look at it. And we loved everything that we did prior to this. But to be able to bring the Yankees to Somerset County and bring these fans out here to see something really special, it's just a dream come true for everybody involved.
I bet. That's great.
Absolutely. And the other thing that I think, kind of going off of that question that Tara just asked and what you just answered, I think one of the big things that we try to push and talk about here on the show is the community aspect. And I think not only, I think it's really cool to kind of hear the stories like Sparky was telling us before, and you're kind of talking to us, both of you guys have been here basically since day one, essentially. But I think it goes much deeper than that, because, here, you have a bunch of different independent league teams that have existed in various places in New Jersey throughout the years. But then a team like this goes from being independent to now an affiliated team. But there has to be something behind that too, because of the relationship that you guys have with the community at large. Because I think ideally, or in the past, that's who's coming to those games.
Exactly. This wouldn't exist if the
without
community
them.
didn't support.
And our ownership, our partners at Somerset County, when we started this team and built this ballpark, there was that feeling that you have to do something that makes people want to come out and continue to come out and do things a certain way. And it was always the Patriots way of doing something. And our founding chairman, Steve Califer, loved the Yankees. He loved that Yankee mold. So even when we weren't the Yankees, we operated like we were the Yankees. It was important to do things a certain
big
way.
Yeah.
So when the Yankees came here, it was like we're doing things the way the Yankees would want to do things.
Sure.
When you take the field, how you handle customer service, how you do all the things that you would do. We kind of had that training for a long time, the way we operated anyway. So when we do that, now we're just growing it, because it's like a whole new level of doing the things we've always done. But we take a lot of pride in everything that we do. We try to be the best in everything we do. We always try to improve and do the things the way we were taught how to do it from the top. So I think that it's something that you have to continuously try to do what makes people want to come back out,
100%,
and then
yeah.
build on that, and then find new things.
Right.
What's going to bring people out?
Yeah.
Because when you didn't have the Yankees affiliation, it was a lot of work to build a brand, to do things that made people realize it was special. Now you take that and you say, it's the Yankees.
Yeah, it's
I mean, you can't...
Built-in
you can't-
publicity right there, yeah.
You can't find a better place for it. And
Yeah.
it's less than an hour from the Bronx. You know, guys can come here, rehab. People can go right from here to the major leagues. Everything that they did was really a lot of things that are designed to make it so it's a better life for the players, make sure that they're close, they are able to travel, the things that the amenities from the clubhouse to the batting cages to the fitness center. It's really with all the player stuff in mind, and we take care of a lot of making sure that we're great partners for the Yankees and the players, but also our focus is making sure that the fans have the greatest time when
Right.
they're here
For
too.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love that, and I appreciate you jumping on with us.
Yeah. I
appreciate
Kind of
having me.
like just threw yourself into the fire. You ran a couple of the press conferences that we
I did.
and now you're the one that's answering the questions.
It
You know?
happens that way
behind the
sometimes.
mic.
I love to make sure media and guys are taken care of, and I always like to grab the players and make sure when they come up that we have representatives. They realize that
Right.
obviously people are
You're getting cooled off.
that people are being taken care of and why they're there. And we have, I'll tell you, we always had great representatives of our brand on the field. The players were always community minded. They were really special, and we didn't know what to expect with the Yankees because you didn't know what the access was going to be and things like that. These are really high character, great people that get it, and it just feels like home because the guys are so easy to deal with. They're willing to do stuff. They do things that are the right way of doing things, and it's just a great continuation of what we'd expect from the Patriots, but it makes you feel good that that's the guy that would represent the Yankees.
100%. That's great.
So just in case people don't know, where can they go to learn more about what you guys are doing? Like, what are some good spots to go do that?
I would say, first and foremost, SomersetPatriots.com. It's our website, official website that has all the information. But please follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. We're everywhere. We're very active on social, and we love engaging with fans through all those platforms. And it's a growing platform for us. And you know, every day you see something spectacular with a great highlight or something like last night, Anthony Volpe hit a 2-run home run in front of a sold-out crowd.
Nice.
That we put that video out and it blew up everywhere because people just are so excited about everything that goes on. So follow us on social, check out the website, and you'll be hard not to see us somewhere.
Yeah, no, I love that. So, Mark, thank you so much for jumping on with us. Yeah, and thank you for bringing us in here. This
Thank
was
you.
so much fun. Absolutely. And to do like a live show in the middle of this game is awesome. Like, it's so much fun. I had a lot of fun doing this.
Excellent. Come back again soon.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So this is the Greetings from the Garden State podcast. That was Marc Russinoff, Tara Bernie, Mike Ham. We'll be right back.
I wouldn't change one damn thing. Nah, I wouldn't change anything. 'Cause you drove me crazy. Yeah. When you held me, baby. Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
Are we already live?
Yeah. All right, we're back. This is the Greetings from the Garden State podcast. I'm Mike Ham. We got Tara Bernie here, and we have Alex Guerra.
Hi.
Alex, welcome to the show.
What's up, Mike? What's up, Tara?
You don't have to
Hello.
get you don't have to get that close to the mic.
Oh, no?
That's
Okay.
okay. Yeah. No, I appreciate it. I appreciate your
really loud.
yeah, way hot. You're too hot.
Super hot.
Yeah. So, so you're out here enjoying a little day at the ballpark. How's it going so far?
Yeah, this is a great atmosphere. I've been here quite a few times actually when
Yeah.
it was still in the Atlantic League independent ball, but now that they're affiliated with the Yankees, it's this
Much
extra,
different vibe.
Do you
Yeah, for
feel
sure.
the different level, you know, of you know how they're playing and just you know sort of the overall at the ballpark?
That's a good question. No, I mean, I feel like minor league baseball, regardless of what level you're playing at, it's always fan priority.
Yeah.
The baseball is purely secondary, with the exception, of course, the baseball players. But you definitely notice a different level of talent and pop off the bat, or you know, extra velocity coming from the pitcher, different things like that. So the level of baseball, as a former baseball player myself, I can recognize. But then, you know, the fan experience is the same.
Well, I also think it's cool too because, like, you know, we come here when it's Somerset Patriots, and you wouldn't know anybody.
Right.
For the
No,
most part. I
absolutely
mean, like
not.
if you're a
No,
diehard
unfortunately
Somerset
not.
Patriots game or a fan, you don't know anybody that's out here.
Right.
But now you got like top prospects out here.
Right.
You have guys doing rehab assignments out here. So like I think that adds into the whole experience of it too. And as baseball guys, so Tara doesn't know the story, but we'll tell her.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
do tell.
So I played college baseball.
That I
and
know.
then went back and started coaching college baseball. Alex also played college baseball, and I was his coach his senior year. Junior year?
Technically junior year.
Technically junior year of college. And then now at CrossFit, he is my coach. So everything
roles
that I
are
used to make him
reversed.
to do, and like I would laugh, now he makes me do.
How many burpees do you make him do?
Too many.
Too many.
But yeah, so that's kind of like the
That's cool, I
backstory
like
of,
Yeah. It's
yeah.
come around full
It's
circle.
come around full circle, yeah.
Yeah, my first class at Motown was with you. And I remember I
was
texted you and I was like, bro, I haven't worked out in like 10 years. Like, you got to take it easy on me. But no, it's great. So like, what else you got going on? Let's talk about you for a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
You're in
Well,
law school now, I know that.
I'm in law school.
How's that going?
It's been great actually. Going into my second year of law school at Rutgers Newark, so just a couple more years left before I enter the real world again. This is actually my second career.
Okay.
Second attempt at real life.
Second attempt at real life. What
Yeah,
type of
exactly.
law or do you want to study?
To be honest, I don't really know just yet.
Would you just finish your first year?
Just finished my first year
Yeah.
where they just kind of indoctrinate you with all the core classes.
Right,
but
right.
An interest in business litigation
Yeah.
potentially. So we'll see. A couple things or a couple irons in the fire right now. So hopefully, it works
Sparky
out.
in the house. What's up? Those guys are really pumped up.
Yeah,
to see
really
Sparky.
pumped about Sparky.
I mean, Cy
Yeah.
Young winner. Who wouldn't?
No, the mascot.
The mascot,
mascot.
not the-
Yeah, it's his birthday.
It is his birthday. 24 years.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good run
I
for
wish
a
I was
mascot.
24
Yeah, same. I mean, life was a lot different back then.
for sure.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, law school's going great.
Law school's great.
You're teaching,
Really enjoying it.
coaching CrossFit.
Coaching a ton of CrossFit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Took
3
on
mornings
a
week
bunch.
at Morrison.
Yeah, a bunch more classes now.
Bunch more classes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to just take it all in, get the work in. I'm trying to almost mirror what I'll be doing in law school.
Okay.
My hope is to work for a big law firm where the hours per week will be somewhere in the 50s or 60s, probably even maybe touch the 7s
Yeah,
once
like
in
a
a while.
day.
So
50 to 60 a day.
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's how much I hope to bill.
Right. Well,
Right,
that would
yeah,
be great.
yeah, yeah.
We'd be crushing it. Yeah, let's stay friends. No, that's awesome. I really appreciate you coming out. You and everybody else from Motown.
Yeah, this is-
Yeah, it's
because
nice.
we
You
got
have
like
a whole
5
greetings from the Garden State group
Yeah.
over there.
Well, yeah,
It's
so we
great.
got Alan and his wife over there. Alan just jumped on with us for 5 minutes.
Oh,
And
Part
then, part 2, did like a rehash of what he's doing. It's the same stuff. Still sticking people with needles and doing his thing. He also won the powerlifting. I mean, I would imagine. I feel like he
he
lifted
did.
the most.
Yes, he did.
He didn't win,
Animal.
but yeah. He was like, I always want to like do a powerlifting competition.
Right, just cold. Right
And
off
just
the-
like
right off the
crushed
bus.
everybody.
Yeah.
How much did you lift?
How much
Well,
did he lift?
I didn't do it. Alan did it.
Oh, Alan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they were doing like
Hundreds of
a
pounds.
class. Yeah.
He easily got over 1,000 pounds on this. 3 lifts.
Yeah.
It was impressive.
Yeah, he did well. But, then we got five people from Motown here. Motown Fitness is well represented here. Got a couple other people in the house. Giveaway winners for Instagram. But I really appreciate
Are
it.
they going to be on the show?
I don't know. I haven't messaged them. They're here.
I think they're having such a fun time.
Yeah, they're having too much fun to...
They haven't stopped by.
Too many dollar hot dogs.
Well, I don't know. I don't even know
Dollar
where they're
hot
at.
dogs.
Because, like, you guys think it just said general admission. Like, come on in.
Yeah, I thought that was really
sit
cool.
wherever you want.
Cool vibe.
Yeah.
Maybe bounce around.
Awesome. So I appreciate you jumping on with us
Yeah,
today.
thanks for having
Thank you for coming out to the game.
You too.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Greetings from the Garden State Podcast. Tara Bernie, Mike Cam, Alex Guerra. We'll be right back.
I wouldn't change anything, 'cause you drove me crazy. Yeah. When you held me, baby. Yeah. And there's nothing that I'd rather do. Be your
All right, so I think what we're going to do, we're going to get Tara back on. Come on, Tara. Jump back in. Pete has your headphones. Okay, so we're going to be back with another Motown Fitness friend of mine, Dr. Pete Paradiso. Dr. Pete, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you. So we just had Alex on, and we were talking a little bit about Motown. So you are also one of my Motown friends because we work out together. We haven't worked out together in a while because I've been skimping on the early morning classes. But how have I been doing since you first met me? Really well, right?
Absolutely. The first time you walked into the door, I was like, who's this guy? He's probably going to quit in about a week. But sure enough, 2.5 months later, he's still here.
I did throw up the first week. The second class I ever did, I threw up.
It was impressive.
Yeah.
And you kept coming, and then you ditched me for the 7:15.
I know.
And I
then
feel
now I'm doing
brokenhearted.
like 9 a.m.s and noons, and just because I'm just too lazy to get out of bed now. I'm just so busy. I'm getting pulled in all. Look, I'm doing podcast day at Somerset Patriots, TD Bank Ballpark. You know, I mean, tomorrow,
Big time.
there's like literally no shot I make it to the 6:15 class.
Absolutely not, but I'll be there.
Yeah, all right.
Hoping
well, maybe,
that you'll be there.
Yeah, maybe I'll kind of pull myself to get going. But so I don't know. I mean, I know what you do, but I don't really know like much about what you do. Can you fill me in on like kind of your professional background?
Yeah, so I'm actually from Cedar Knolls.
Okay, so you are a Jersey guy.
I'm a Jersey guy, Morris County raised, went to Whippany Park.
Okay.
I went to dental school at Rutgers,
Okay.
or UMDMJ, however you want to call it. And then I went back and became a pediatric dentist, and I was very fortunate to get a job in my hometown, which is pretty awesome because I get to treat all my best friends' kids and people who I went to school with, grew up with, elementary. Hanover Township, Whippany is kind of a small-knit community that it seems like everybody eventually makes their way back there, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I love that. So why kids? Could you imagine doing like Tara kids teeth? No, not me. Why
know,
kids, Pete?
I spent a few years as a general dentist, and I found I had a lot more fun working with kids. They were a little less, annoying than adults.
Oh, that's actually surprising
Yeah,
to
that's
hear.
Can I
surprising
say
to
that
hear.
on here? I guess I can.
Yeah, I mean,
How do you calm their nerves?
adults do listen to this show, but I'm sure they won't be offended.
No, I hope so.
Yeah.
No, it's actually great. I was trained to use nitrous, and so I use laughing gas
Okay, to
on
kinda
my
just
kids.
chill them out, yeah.
So it helps them. It relaxes them. A lot of what we call show tell or tell show do. So just a lot of patience, which my fiance would probably tell you I don't have a lot of, but when it comes from a 9 to 5 job, I do. So unless I'm coaching Mike Ham at the gym,
You've never coached me
I
before.
have a lot of patience.
I have avoided your classes at all costs.
I would. I
Yeah.
yell a lot.
Yeah.
Just not at the kids.
Right. Well, that's good. So take me through like your day so far today. Have you been having a good day? We're in the 5th inning already, which is wild.
It is wild.
I
It's
gotta go
great.
sit down for a little bit and at least like enjoy the game. So
It's
we're gonna
fun.
wrap this soon.
I was saying before when they mentioned that it was Sparky's or was it?
Yeah, the
Sparky's?
mascot, yeah,
It's
Sparky's.
24 years, and I was like thinking back. I'm like, I remember when Somerset Patriots became a team.
Yeah.
And you driving past the stadium for what now is 24 years. I couldn't believe they've been here for 24 years. And I think I've been here once before, but it's a really cool atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's cool that they are affiliated with the Yankees and that one of their shortstop is a Del Barton, Morris County guy.
Yep, true.
And that's cool to see. And it's cool to see like everybody out. It's fun. Baseball's a lot more fun when you're here and enjoying it, and it's dollar dogs.
Yeah, that's definitely. Dollar beers would be even better, but a guy can dream. Okay, so just so that we make sure that we put this stuff in here, and I'll make sure I add it into the show notes just as a friendly gesture to you. But what's the name of the business, and like what could I put in the show notes so people can go and learn more about what you have going on?
Yeah, so we have 3 locations. We're up in our oldest location is called Newton Sparta Pediatric Dentistry and Orthodontics. Our other location is called Kids World Pediatric Dentist and Orthodontics. That's in Cedar Knolls. And then the newest location is called Bright Smiles for Kids and Orthodontics up in Hackettstown, New Jersey. You can find us at all locations, drmike.com, kidsworld.com, or brightsmiles4kids.com as well.
I've really put you on the
Very
spot. You just rattle that shit off like no problem.
Yeah, I saw the wheels turning.
Yeah, I can literally see you thinking about each one of those websites.
Yeah,
but there's a lot. There's a lot to cover there.
Yeah, and each office is really cool. Like the Newton Sparta office is a jungle theme, and so you come in, there's all these large animals, and each room is themed. And Kids World, obviously, with the world, it's like every room is like a different location, like Paris, France, the safari, and then Bright Smiles is more of a aquatic theme.
Awesome.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
Fun for them.
Sounds
Yeah.
great. Okay, and then leave us, before we let you go, leave us with one brushing technique tip. Like what's the one thing that people need to do a better job at?
Just brush in general.
Oh, okay, just brush in
Brush
general.
in general. I
Yeah.
thought you were going to say flossing. But
Away from the guns. Away from the guns.
Flossing's a good thing, but especially with working with kids and parents that are very busy, and especially like today with either at work from home or they got 100 things going on. I tell parents all the time, keep toothbrushes, toothpaste in every location in the house, because once you leave the upstairs to come downstairs, you don't go back upstairs. So
that's a good tip.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah.
Everything is a struggle. So if you can get in there for as much time as you can with the little ones, the better.
Awesome. Well, Dr. Pete, thank you so much for jumping on the show with us. Thank you for
Nice
coming
to
out to
meet
the
you.
game,
Yes.
supporting the pod, supporting the Somerset Patriots. So this is the Greetings from the Garden State podcast. I'm Mike Ham. That's Tara Bernie. This was Dr. Pete Paradiso. We'll be right back.
There's nothing that I'd rather do than be here all alone with you again.
Okay, we are back for our final segment, really just like a wrap-up segment here.
We did it.
So we're in the top of the 5th inning. Currently, the Patriots are losing 2-1, but we're hoping for a late rally out of the boys. So this was a great day.
This was
A long
the
day, but a good
quintessential baseball game day.
Yeah, right.
Like bright blue skies, nice breeze. It is hot, but that's okay. It's summer. You know, you have some beer, you have some water, bring back those dollar dogs for everybody. And I have to say, like, the crowd is great. It's a very family-orientated place right now.
Pretty good turnout today, too, for sure.
Yeah.
So,
And I'm just so happy to be a part of the podcast as your co-host and to have, podcast day here and have the Greetings from the Garden State
absolutely
represent. It's pretty cool.
No, I really appreciate you doing this with me today. This was great. So thank you to you.
You're welcome.
Of course.
My pleasure.
And then thank you to Dr. Allen, Dr. Pete, Marc Russinoff, and Sparky Lyle from the Somerset Patriots here for jumping on with us and sharing a few minutes. That was great, and obviously a big shout out to them for inviting us out to be a part of podcast night with them here at TD Bank Ballpark in Somerset, Bridgewater, New Jersey.
Yep.
This was great. I had so much fun. I feel like so legit setting up this table in the middle of the concourse.
I know.
People are like, "What the hell is that?
What is happening?" We got nice.
Giveaway purple and silver balls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Baseballs.
Yep. And might I add that I like that you only hang out with doctors.
Yeah. Well, like if I need my teeth cleaned, who am I going to call?
Or you need acupuncture.
If I need an acupuncturist. I literally hurt my back at CrossFit and then needed someone to fix me. So I called Dr. Allen and I was like, yo, help me. And he was like, come on in. And he did like a little, workup on me, and I was good to go in a matter of a couple of days. So you gotta surround yourself with people that are smarter than you in different things. You can't be the smartest person in the room all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
well, I have to say we are the best podcast from the Patriots game.
Well, yeah, we're the only one that, like I said at the beginning of this, the top of the show, the only ones with the Stones to actually do a live show over the course of the game. No offense to any other show, but we did it. We did it live for not technically live, but live to tape. We'll put this all together, make it sound nice. Everybody, Tara, Bernie, thank you so much for being my co-host on this episode today. This has been the Greetings from the Garden State podcast. I'm Mike Ham. We were here at the Somerset Patriots game at TD Bank Ballpark in Bridgewater, Somerset, wherever we are, New Jersey. Thank you for listening to this episode, and we will catch you next time.
So here all I see